Hello, everybody. Richie here. This is Feeling Blegh. Today I'm joined with Craig of Ex-Terra and formerly Gut
Well,
Blocker.
formerly got lucky, yeah.
All right. How are we doing?
I'm alright. Sorry about the little jutter. As soon as you hit record, the cat jumped back on the table again. So trying to keep her at bay. She just kind of glued to me when I'm doing something. So yeah, apologies if the camera shakes about. I'm alright though. How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Cat's a daddy's girl by any chance?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, part of the reason we got you on is you are fighting, do a charity fight in March.
Yeah.
Tell us about it, please.
So yeah, partake in charity fight 28th of March, be at Planet Ice in Basingstoke. I'm going to do 8 weeks training that starts this Tuesday, twice a week. Might be able to push it 3 times a week. It's just free MMA training to do a fight to raise money for charities of our choosing. So I picked a couple of charities that sort of kind of hit me on a personal note, which is Mind, Combat Stress as well. And along the way, I'll be doing the training, try and get the best shape that I can, try and put the best show that I can, and hopefully raise a bit of money along the way for both those charities.
Is that Ultimate White Collar, or associated with Ultimate White Collar? That's because I remember.
Ultra white collar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So, you've just tell us about your reasonings for the charities and that, please.
Just because my mind is something I resonate with, because I do have some mental health troubles. I've recognised it more over the last 5 to 6 years, especially after a certain loss, because one of the other reasons why I'm doing combat stress, because I lost my brother 6 years ago due to PTSD. He used to serve the Royal Marines, and so that was a huge wake up call for me to realise that people are really suffering, no matter what kind of front they put on. That's when I started becoming a bit more. I was becoming a bit more honest to myself with my struggles I have, and so yeah, I want to do my bit to sort of make myself present, do the best that I can to help raise awareness on it, to help other people sort of kind of come out and admit their struggles, because it's a hard thing to do, because the kind of generation I've come from, I was very much brought up in an environment where it's, man up, stuff like that and whatnot. But the struggle is real, um, and I just want people to feel. I want people to feel that they can sort of come out and talk about their struggles rather than feel like they're going to be a burden on someone by talking about it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, yeah, it's same sort of thing. It's sort of like you got to struggle and man up, get over it. You just suppress it, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll press off. And I suppose with your brother being especially not just military, but a Marine, a Royal Marine as well. It's like not only is you're serve military, so then they've got that extra bit of expectation, whether it's the Royal Marines or the Paras, because they're that step above. That's even more thing of that, and it's you get your whole life of like, oh, grow up, get over it, man up, you know. There was a point where we were kids, we fall over, bang our knee, you hit a certain age, oh, get over it, you just sort of like start that sort of thing. Firstly, I'm really sorry to hear about losing your brother. How long was he in the Marines for, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, great. When did he sign up? I think I was just turned 18 when he got in, when he started doing his first posting. So I think because he did close protection, he did his minimum service, and then he went back again. So I think it was around 8 or 10 years that he served for, because the minimum service I think is 5 years or something, isn't it?
I'll be honest. I'm part of the I almost went in brigade because I listened to the wrong people and then got too old before I could actually change my mind about it. And I learned a bit because I listened to the wrong people. I never properly went down the road, sort of thing. So those bits I couldn't tell you about. The closest I speak to is like my best mate. He's a former Coldstream guard, but he joined when we were 17 and he got out 3 years ago, and we're 36 now, so sort of he was well past minimum anyway. But like I said, I am sorry to hear you lost your brother, and unfortunately he lost the battle that he had post that. I've just thrown myself there.
Sorry if I waffled on too much.
Where can people go to donate and stuff? Because I want to make sure I get some stuff up for you and that.
Well, I've been sharing it around on my account. I've been making it public, so it's easy for others to share. I've got a fundraising page. Literally, all you need to do is just click onto the link, and it just gives you the option to just donate, and it's quite straightforward. You just do that, follow the steps on it, put in whatever you can, as much as you can. I will be sharing it around a lot more over the course of the next few weeks. I've just, I think everything else I've been sort of getting the process to get ready, actually starting to train and stuff like that, whilst balancing that on top of my personal life and whatnot. But yeah, it's a fundraise page. I'll share it about as much as I can. Try and get as many people as I can to donate. Under No Ties. Thanks to them and Mikey as well. I think I got 60 quid from them. I got 50 quid from one of my mates. Got 20 quid from another mates. So far, I've raised around 130. And there's still 8 weeks to go with it. So I'm going to sort of push it out as much as I can. More the merrier.
Definitely be sharing out on like both our sides, like both the Feeling Blegh and the Nerdic Pro side. We'll get all that, get as much attention on you as we can.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
So what date was that as well? Just so.
What, the fight?
Yeah.
28th of March.
Is that being streamed as well at all, or is it just I
don't know if it's been. It might be. I don't know if it'll be streamed. I think there will be a video of it because I did my introductory meeting yesterday. Spoke to the guy who introduced what it was all about. His name's Carl. He's actually going to be one of the in-ring announcers. He was really cool, actually. He's quite funny. But he did drop a comment that when you're done with the fight, don't be texting us consistently for the next 3 weeks asking where the video is, because you will get it. It just gives a bit of time. So I think there will be a video coming out. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to be, well, the moment I've done it, I'm not ashamed to say that I'm going to be very, very proud once it's done. I think it's going to be a great achievement. So I'll definitely be plugging that video about. I'll be doing it for pride.
Yeah. I said to you before, I've had fights before myself, so it takes a lot of bottle to get into there, all the discipline to do everything, which that's a fight in itself. Especially if you're like, quite happy to stick your feet up, or I want to eat this, I want to eat that. I mean, sort of like the
I love my lazy days.
I ended up really fat afterwards.
How did you find it?
That the last fight I prepped for, I had 2 fights lined up and they both fell through. Unfortunately, I had 3 months of weight cut and then they fell through last minute, and that was right before Christmas. So I made up for weight cut and Christmas, and it got like I said, I got fat afterwards. But the last fight I had, annoyingly, I got stopped at the end of the first round with about 5 seconds to go. But it's an adrenaline dump. It's an amazing sense of like, I did it, I feel awesome. Ow, it's sort of it's just kind of
Throw the additional L into it.
sorry.
So throw the additional L. Amazing. I did it. Ouch.
Yeah,
I've made sure I've got 5 days off after the fight because I don't think I'll be coming in the next couple of days into my place of work. So I've got the whole week off, either to just relax or recover. I guess time will be the better judgment of it, but we'll see how it goes.
it's an MMA fight you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like, I've trained MMA, and yeah, sort of like that. Doing it on the regular is not too bad. It never felt that bad. First time it felt that bad, but I never had a fight in it. So like having sparred, because I'll be honest, I was crap at it. Right, I just like doing it, yeah, sort of thing. And I had this ability to be the same size and build as the guys who were trained to fight, and I could take a punch. So sort of, yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So just training, I was aching for days afterwards. So actually having to fight, I think that's a very well placed week off.
Yeah.
So you said your training starts next week, which they're recording.
It'll be Tuesday.
What have you made preparations beforehand at all, like pre-training stuff at all, or?
No, I mean I'll be because I think it was around a year and a half ago, or just under. I was actually doing Muay Thai. I've been very much on and off Muay Thai. I used to do a lot of it back when I was, oh God, when I was in the 20s. And then I picked it up again. Life just things just happened in life where they had to take priority. So I had to sort of let things take backseat for a while. But now I'm in a position where I got my feet back under the table and settled down, comfortable, more content now. And I wanted to just get back into it because for mental well-being, I think any type of martial art, especially something like Muay Thai, for me mentally, really good. It's really therapeutic. So I was doom scrolling on Facebook of all places, and I saw that, and I've seen it a few times before, but it was never at the right time, just because life was quite hectic during that point. But at the time that I saw it, it was just before Christmas, and I saw it, and I went, you know what, screw it. I want to get back in, so this is a way to block cobwebs. So I've got my little meal prep trays that I bought from Aldi. I'm going to start doing my meal preps, get on a better diet, stay off the cod and chips and stuff. And I'm just going to stick to it. I'm going to ensure to do twice a week for the next 8 weeks. Apparently, there's a little membership that you can sign up to try and squeeze in more time. If it's affordable, then I'll look to throw in another session on top each week. I'm kind of hoping that, I mean, the first 2 weeks they're going to ache without any doubt. But I'm hoping after that time, some sort of muscle memory and conditioning comes back. Because if you've done it for a while, even if you do leave for a little bit, it does sort of come back. So I hope to familiarize myself with a few things, especially on Saturdays. Those are the strike days. So I'm hoping that the muscle memory starts kicking into place on that one.
How big a gap did you have between like stopping and restarting?
Like the last time I was doing Muay Thai, I think it was around. I think it was coming up to a year and a half, or a year and 3 months. But yeah, it just had to take a back seat. Just time wise, financially, there was a lot going on. So I think if I tried to continue it, I would have burnt the candle at both ends, and I wouldn't have been able to sort of put in as much as. There you go. Say hello to this one. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to put in as much just because everything else that was going on live, it would have been distraction from it. So I wouldn't give them my all. So I just needed to sort of let it take a back seat. And then can you see it? Sorry about that. You're right there. You okay? You can do this with me, yeah? This is Nala. Say hello to Nala. But yeah, around a year and 3 months. And I guess just see how it goes. I've signed up for it now, so there's no backing down. I've raised money for it, so I've got to do it. Got to get at it.
you said you started doing Muay Thai in back in your 20s. What was your I don't want to say reason you draw towards it?
I mean, the thing is, I started tampering martial arts back when I was 15, more of a self-confidence booster, because of my height and stuff. I was bullied quite a lot in school for it. So I wanted to find something that gave me a boost of confidence. So I actually took up Kung Fu, dabbled with a bit of Taekwondo, and then it was another gap because I hit my late teens and I started doing partying and all that shit. Then I got back into my early 20s just because I needed some kind of anger release. I had a lot going on at that time. So I heard it was someone that talked to me about Muay Thai, and they said how it was more on the offense and it might actually do a bit of good for you. So I went into that. Never did an inter club or fight. I wanted to, but again, just one of those things. Things happened in life, so it's one of those other things I had to let take a back seat. But yeah, I think what drew me to it was just the release, and I think in general, I am. I just think I find therapy in some type of martial art. I think I've got quite an addictive personality. So it's kind of, oh, she just pat my arm. You're right. Sorry, she just wants me to give her a stroke. Um, I think once I am drawn into something, it's like I need to keep getting that fix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you're doing, I mean, did you say you did Muay Thai before?
So I signed up to an MMA gym because I had it in my head I was going to be the next GSP. Very much wasn't. But
Okay.
so all my fights have been boxing fights, but
Yeah.
I did fall in love. So that their kickboxing classes was a mix of K1, Dutch kickboxing, and Muay Thai.
Yeah.
And I absolutely fell in love with it. Like you, I never had any fights with it. I've had knee injuries since I was 12, and taking a kick there, sparring was fine. But when someone tried to break my leg, I was like, nah, screw that. I never pulled the trigger on that. Like I said, all my fights have been boxing. So
I was working out my fighter name today. I was with one of my work colleagues actually, and we're going through my fighter names, and we were laughing about it. And there was one that came up, which was Bad Knees. So we were thinking, put my name down as Craig Bad Knees McBurty. So we're kind of putting a vote on it, and it was decided that it wasn't that one. As much as I liked it, it was my first go-to. But yeah, now it's going to be Craig. Was it Craig Steak Bake Assassin McBurty? That's one that we're going for. So that's what's going to be announced
I like
on the
that.
day that I walk into the Octagon. So yeah, have a laugh. I mean, it's for charity. Have a laugh with it, have fun with it. So
Yeah,
why not?
that's brilliant. I like that. That's, um, so you, prior to this, never had I'll say a sanctioned fight. Something before.
Yeah.
All right, so, I'm sure you've got that. Oh, this is gonna be I'm excited. It's gonna be great. Sort of mixture.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on at the moment. There was more of the nerves when I was walking to the introductory meeting. And it was like, oh my god, this is real, this is happening. But then the moment I got in the dojo and I placed my knees on the mats and stuff, I felt a sense of calm. It was like, oh, I'm kind of back home because I wanted to get back into it. And then I was getting mentally
It's
pumped
a
around.
weird
Oh my
feeling
god,
that, isn't it? So like you sort of walk into that place for the first time, and and just when that sets of nerves just goes poof, and
yeah,
yeah, like you say, this is home. This
yeah.
nice deep breath. I've been quite lucky with that for myself. I've had two gyms where I've felt like that. So I sort
It's
of
like the It's like the moment when you walk in that the outside noise just shuts off. Everything going else in the world is just separate from you for like the next hour to hour and a half. And so yeah, I got that feeling back. So I think the moment that was there, I kind of knew at that point that I made the right decision.
So you said that you starting your sort of your meal preps of that. Is there a particular weight you've got to get down to, or you aim for at least?
I want to try and sort of be within the 70 kg mark, because I think that's just my natural build. So I want to try and see. I think realistically, that's the one that I can go for. I've packed on a few pounds since Christmas because I like the topside beef and stuff like that, and who doesn't? Um, so there's a lot to burn off, but I think doing the training with the meal preps, it's just going to be protein, a lot of greens, got spinach, got broccoli. I'm going to be eating plenty of rice and chicken and all that. Um, might have the occasional cheat meal here and there just for my sanity. Get something hearty and meaty down me and a little bit fat, but try not to make a habit of it over the next couple of months.
Any idea for like opponent wise, or is that one of those like close to the time sort of thing?
Any idea for?
Yeah, about your opponent, or is it a matchup close to the time?
Close to the time. I was talking to my coach instructor about it yesterday actually, and he said it's around through 2 or 3 weeks prior to the fight that you find your opponent. It's just because, I mean, it makes sense why they've got to do it, because nearer that time you get more of an idea of the weight that you're going to be at when you do the fight. Because obviously over the next 5 weeks, so you're going to be losing a lot of weight, sort of trying to sort of get back in shape. So yeah, I think 3 to 2 weeks prior to the fight, that's when I expect to see or find out who my opponent is. And they're just going to try and get the closest match into whatever my weight is at the time.
I suppose as well, it's like because a lot of these like ultimate white collars and that, a lot of these are not set up for, but like they have a lot of people with like zero experience in this at all. I suppose there's another thing to make sure that like, yeah, we get the same weight classes, but same ability as well. So there's a reasonably even fight. Because the people coming to watch, they still want to watch a good fight. As much as like, yeah, we've all watched fights where it's been one-sided and someone's got absolutely annihilated. But yeah, that's professionals. When you got guys do it for a charity and stuff like that, you want to have a good, entertaining fight. Well, each bout you want nice and entertaining, so that everyone's getting their money's worth, and the people doing it, that you would like to hope that they would come back and do it again another time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm very surprised if people are going to go with the mindset to go for the knockout, something like that, because at the end of the day, I think everyone's going to share the same mindset that they're there for a reason. They're doing it for charity. They're doing it for something that resonates with them. So I think there's going to be good sportsmanship in and outside of the ring. I hope there is anyway, because I think that's the best way to do it, especially if you're doing it with charities. If you've got your sponsors, you're going to be representing. So I think put on a good show, but show respect as well. Especially to who your opponent is. I think that's one of the most important things. So I'm hoping there's no cockiness or anything. I'm hoping I don't get it from an opponent. But again, you don't really know until you get there on the day, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, you say about cockiness. I actually saw a video circulating again from several years ago now. There's a fight I saw a while back. The only reason I caught it is because there was live streaming. I think I caught it on Facebook. My coach was actually fighting on that card, so we just had it on, like waiting for him to come on. You ever see Michael Venom Page fight at all? When he was at Bellator, I don't know. I've never actually watched him fight since being at UFC. He'd like dance in the ring, like not in like a capoeira kind of way. It's like he'd throw a couple of shots and then like body pop. And this other guy was emulating it, and I did catch a podcast that he was on, and he reckoned that he was always doing it anyway. He weren't copying Page, but he'd always done it anyway. And he was doing all this thing, complete cocky through the whole thing until he got a shin to the chin, and then the lights went out. So hopefully,
I think I saw that one. That went viral. He was like standing up, and he was just like doing this and everything, and he just I think I might have seen that one, and it did make me laugh. I was just like, that's on you.
I couldn't believe it when I started circulating, because like I said, I had it on because my coach was fighting later on in that card and stuff, and then sort of like I was on Twitter like a day or two later, and like Dana White was sharing it and stuff like that. It's like, oh, that's really circulated. But nope, that's gone. So yeah, I like planning to see how this goes, and then like possibly do any more at all, or just.
I will see how it goes because it was mentioned yesterday that there's quite a few people when they do it, they love it so much they want to do it again. Carl was saying that. Sorry, Noel again. Carl was saying that it's the best high that you could ever get. Doesn't matter anything else that you try will never come close to it. Nothing will ever match that experience. And he has said that there are a few people when they've done it, they've come back, say a few months later to do it again. So, I might do it. I'm not going to say no. I might get a real good buzz from it, and I'll probably sort of want to get that. I might find myself wanting to get that feeling again. What I do know is that after it's done, I don't want to stop. I want to get back into the training aspect of it because I have missed doing training in general. I've missed how much it does for my well-being. So it's as you said, when you're in a place of training, you have an instant calm. And it was when I was in that place yesterday when I had that instant calm when the outside world just went. I forgot how much I missed that feeling. Almost forgot that feeling. So I'll definitely be doing the training aspect of it, and I'm not going to say. I'm never going to say no to a fight. I think it's one of those. See how we do in time. See how I feel after this one, and go from there, I guess.
Yeah, you say about don't want to stop, you'll keep on it. Stopping is like the worst thing. Period. Like I said that I trained for them fights that fell through. After Christmas, I got COVID twice, and the second time really messed me up. So I lost 2 years, and I started getting back into it, and then over like the next year and a bit, I had 3 really shit things in my life happen. Everything, fucked up in my head and everything. So and tail end of last year, I started getting back in and you start getting into it. All right. Last night is the first time I sparred in over a year. And
how was it?
I got my ass whooped. Right. I'm 36 and I'm sparring against a 21-year-old heavyweight. So like, it's just sort of like who's actually really good. Right.
Humbling.
Right. I've sparred with him before, you know what I mean? So because we were messing about it, so like Wayne, one of the coaches, he was like, Richie, you go jump in with Cruz. I was like, yeah, go on then. So I said, look, he's grinning. He didn't beat me up for a while. So like, it's a bit of a laugh or something. And honestly, the first time I dropped my hands, he got me straight in the nose, and I burst out laughing. Right, it's I'm weird. I like getting hit. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
There's something about getting hit that I suppose. I mean, you said you got bullied as a kid. I got bullied as a kid, different reasons, but like I got bullied as a kid. I got beat up, and I was scared of this, scared of that. And then once I started doing this sort of thing and sparring and whatnot, and you realize you're not made of glass, right? It's really liberating. And,
it is.
So like, me getting punched in the mouth, square in the mouth, square on the nose, right? Like I said, like, every time he caught me with a good one, I was laughing, not because I was like laughing at him, I was just laughing because I did something stupid and I ate it and it was funny. And but he caught me in the rib, and I'll say rib, not ribs, right? He hit me with one rib and that hurt like. And everything, carried on for another round or so. He caught me exactly the same rib again. That was it. I was done after that. I was like, no, I can't do this now. I'm 50 years older than him. So that's
still you did it. And the thing is, you probably find the more you keep doing it again, you probably snap back into it a couple of weeks. As I said, muscle memory. Sorry if I'm just so it's in context. I know that I'm smiling on here a lot. Don't think it's to anything that you're saying. Because I'm sorry about the struggles that you had going on, but literally I've got that next to me the whole time. and I was just giving her belly rubs, and she was giving me like a little kick on my
Yeah.
arm. So I found the spot on it.
My one doesn't say that I'll get a belly rub. She'll latch on, start thinking, and then she'll like start chomping down.
Yeah.
But so like then she realized. Well, my one realizes that when she does that, Dad grabs her face, and then she can't bite no more, and then she plays the victim. So, but that's all fine, mate. Yeah, like I said, I got caught twice in the ribs. That's still hurting now, but not as much as it was this morning. I don't know, I got hit this side, and like everything felt like really pressured here.
Yeah.
And like I still can't bite my teeth together at the minute, which
really.
Yeah, but yeah, it's
Let's
like pain here.
See how you are tomorrow.
So
sorry,
but no, I mean like I'll give you all the respect in the world for taking this up and doing this and everything, right? You know, just doing it in general, right? I've got nothing but love and respect for anybody, whether you're a pro or an amateur or like what you're doing charity now or whatever. What you're doing for the charities you're doing it for, like I said, like nothing but love and respect for that. We will spam the crap out of everything to get as much attention for you as possible. And we wish you all the luck with it as well.
Thank you. And I appreciate you've made the time to do this with me. Appreciate everything that Mikey and all the Chaos Under No Ties done. I think I said to him, I'm actually quite taken back with the support that we're getting. And it goes to show as well, because obviously you guys within the metal scene, so it goes to show how supportive the metal community is in general, especially when it comes to sort of mental health and stuff like that. So, yeah, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, Nala, thank you for everything, all you've been doing for it.
So, speaking of metal, what's happening with you? My brain switched off on how to word that question. What's happening with Ex-Terra at the minute? I did see something the other day. You were looking for a new drummer.
I will just say good things are in the pipeline. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, with something that's coming up, say in a month, I'm particularly excited about it. It's definitely one of those good things comes to those who wait. So me and the rest of the current members in the band, we're very happy with what's going to happen within the month. And if it goes to plan, if things work out, then we will be back at a point where we will hit the ground running. We will be writing stuff. Sorry, I was just. We'll be just continuing writing. We've got riffs, lyrics kicking about. We've already got a few songs put together. So as long as we've got sorry, 1 second. As long as we got what we're hoping to get within a month or so, I think some shows and maybe a few releases might fall into place over this year.
We'll definitely keep an eye out for them. So, where you're up to now? What's your origin story for everything? What started everything for you to start this journey all the way up from there?
What do you mean?
As in, like, what started you? Well, where did your journey in metal begin?
When I was 3 years old, and I used to annoy the shit out of my brother just because I was a toddler, and I'd be screaming the place down and whatnot. And he thought, right, the way to punish me. Do you remember Teddy Ruxpins?
No.
Like the talking. Right, so I had it when I was a kid. It was a little teddy bear, and actually thinking about it, it's quite scary, especially the horror films that you see. There's a little teddy bear where you put a cassette in the back of it, and its mouth would just move to the music playing in the cassette, and its eyes would glow orange. And it used to be nursery rhymes and stuff. But because I was annoying the shit out of my brother, he used to start putting a napalm death and stuff like that. Like, you sound like this kind of thing. No, I think it was 500. It was like, you sound like this. But it didn't quite go to plan because a couple of weeks later, he kind of found out that I was actually starting to enjoy it. He was like, okay, well, that didn't work out. So he kind of took me under his wing and started showing me more stuff he was listening to. A lot of it started on grunge, actually, like Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam. Back in time when 10 came out. Um, Stun Temple Pilots, Nirvana, of course. And then I just think I gradually built up from there. And I think it was progressively getting heavier. Because I think the heaviest album I listened to around when grunge was the thing, it was Dirt by Alice in Chains. And I remember it transitioned into Vulgar Display by Pantera and then Sepultura. And then I think from that point I was starting to branch out myself. That's when I discovered Burn Minds by Machine Head and whatnot. Um, and it was you've probably seen this, got the Chimera tattoo. Bit of a lost cause when I was in my teens, but I think I was around 18, and I got Impossibility of Reason by Chimera, and that was the album that snapped everything into place. That just made me go, right, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know I want to sing in a metal band, but I want to be a front man in a metal band, and I just kind of started chasing that, and it's been a journey. 22 years later, I think the one that's taken up most chapters, previous band that I was in, which was Gutlocker. But for reasons, I've come to the end of that chapter. I'm starting new with something else. I'm very excited about what what I'll be doing with Ex-Terra. I'm very excited to be writing stuff with the lads that are in it, Lee, Paul as well, potentially someone else, but we'll find out in time. So yeah, this is going to be. I think this year is going to be start of a new chapter, music. Um, but I think I'm just starting afresh with things that I'm passionate about, which is music and martial arts.
Two very good combinations, I will say so.
Yeah.
So just because my brain's done. Subgenre wise, what sort of area are you in?
Well, for Ex-Terra.
Yeah.
I'll say what our influences are. We're very much old school. We're within the same age range. We're all within our 40s. So we come from the sort of early noughties, late 90s era. So I'll say that we like our Will Hayden. We like a Biohazard. We like our 1 minute silence. We think, sorry, put on the spot there, my brain's just gone. Early Lamb of God and whatnot. We're all very much sort of on the same page with what our influences are. So whenever we write, there's nothing clashing at all. We're just all bouncing off each other. It's so organic when we write together. Like we're not the kind of lads like, oh, let's work on a BPM or metronome or anything like that. It's literally like, okay, I like what you're playing there. These are the words that I have. This is how I look to execute them. And they kind of go, yeah, that's going to work with that. And then before you know it, we've got a song together. And that's just how the process is going at the moment. So, I mean, the thing is, we've only started off recently. So I'm very excited to see how we'd be, say, 2 years from now. Because obviously in a couple of years' time, that's where you start getting more of a grasp on the kind of sound that you are producing with the band. So it'll be very interesting to see what sort of thing we'll have together within a couple of years, because I think it'll be more defined than it is now. But I still think what we're starting off with is going to be something quite spectacular. And again, I just think it's just down to. So I think it's down to the writing process and the fact that it's going to be authentic, it's going to be organic, it is going to be real. We're only going to be playing, we're only going to be playing tunes to people on condition that we equally love what we're writing.
Yeah.
Because the thing, in my experiences, when I've been doing projects with other people from other bands, they start getting too business orientated in the writing process. And I think that kills the spark on what makes music music. It kills the spark on why you wanted to do music in the first place. So I think with Ex-Terra, I think that spark has come back into place because we're doing it because we're passionate about it. One of them's come out of retirement after 13 years. Um, he's been out playing metal for 13 years, but he believes so much in what we're doing that he's pretty much all in.
What a hell of a
And
business.
yeah, he is saying. I mean, he does have he has a busy lifestyle with what he does for work and stuff, but he's just like, nah, fuck it. I'm gonna make this happen. What we're doing, and we're gonna enjoy what we're doing. So we all believe in it. We all feel that we're amongst the right people. And I think there's going to be an additional person in the band who I feel is going to be the right fit. I'm probably giving too much away, but that's something that will be clarified within, say, a month's time.
It's nice to hear that, like, you're focusing on, like, doing stuff with, like, heart and passion rather than just, oh, this will get a quick kick, this will get a quick, this might sell as a quick single kind of thing like that.
Yeah, I think especially with how it is nowadays, because everyone's got access to Spotify or any streaming site, it's so easy to rip a bit of music as well. The days are gone where you get your hard-earned cash, you can walk into HMV, you can find the CD that you want and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't make money up. You can't really make money off it because people don't really buy CDs anymore. Not many people really sort of invest into albums. People like to make their own playlists and whatnot and pick the tunes they want to hit. So if you want to do it for reason on the business side, I just think find a 9 to 5 job. To be honest, you get more of a secure pay that way. If you're going to do the music, do it because you're passionate about it. Do it because you love it. Do it because it gives you a sense of purpose as well.
Yeah, I think when you said about, like, the using the streamer, I think I saw something about a month ago. It's like someone's got to get like 50,000 streams or something to get the equivalent of selling one album or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like something ridiculous. Which, yeah, so a bigger, I know, huge eyes, things like, a Taylor Swift or an Iron Maiden or someone big in whatever genre it is. Yeah, they probably could make a decent pack on that because everyone listens to them, sort of thing. Whereas, like, whether it's Ex-Terra or some of the equivalent was trying to make their way, it's a lot harder to grab any traction at all.
Yeah, so you just gotta. I mean, with that in mind, you just gotta make sure. I mean, we're just gonna make sure we love what we do, and we hope whoever hears us likes what we do, and they sort of join us for the journey until we reach reach our final chapter. Because things do come to an end. But the thing is, the reason why I like being a band with these guys is because I see them as friends throughout the remainder of my life. They're generally really decent people, love them to bits. So I think when the day comes where we go, right, we've done what we've needed to do, we've done what we set out to do. They are still the people that I still want to keep as friends after, still sort of keep my life and whatnot. So, and I think that's one of the cool things being a band. It's something that sort of comes out on stage as well. How well you get on with the people, because at the end of the day, you're a unit. You're making something together, and if you all believe in what you're doing and if you're all steering in the right direction, it comes out stage. It comes out in the performance. The authenticity comes out, and people pick up on that as well. People can see when you're having a good time, and that energy just kind of it's quite contagious. It then goes into the crowd, goes into the audience and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, I don't know if I just went on if I waffled on too much, but
no, that's great answer. I really like that.
yeah,
like you say, when you guys are a unit that's just as passionate as each other, as you say, it rubs off onto the thing. If A's got an issue with B and they're just kind of like there because they both need a band or whatnot, the crowd will pick up on that, and then you end up with a dead crowd through your set, or and so like promoters will look at it and go, people didn't care for them, so I'm not gonna book them again, and it's all like, and then venue A, I'm not gonna say blacklists whatever, but like so just like I'm not gonna book them. The venue B goes, well, why aren't you booking them anymore? What's happening? And then that sort of starts a snowball effect of you could be out of opportunities.
And the thing is, word does get around. Promoters know. A lot of promoters, I know that the community goes up and down the country, but it's quite sort of compact when it goes to how many people know each other. And especially with Facebook, word gets around. So if you're going to be at a show, put on the best show that you can, and please, for the love of God, watch the other bands that are playing.
Yeah.
And show some appreciation to promoters as well, because they're not really, they're busting, they're sort of breaking their back to try and keep the shows going for grassroots bands, especially with lockdown, with COVID. Obviously, I mean, there was a surge for a little bit, but venues still took a hit because of what happened, and there's still promoters fighting and being persistent and persevering to ensure they put on shows for grassroots bands. So to any other bands, I think I won't be so about it. Just don't be dicks. Show appreciation to promoters. Watch the other bands as well. Especially up and coming bands, because they started off the same place as you did. So don't forget where you come from. Be humble, show respect, and that's it.
Yeah, that's the thing. So you see all these headliners at Download, Bloodstock, whatever. They all started in that little bar with a 20-minute set.
Sleep Token, wasn't it? There was a video going around when they were playing a show back in 2018. It was no different from the kind of shows I was doing back when I was in Gut Look at now look at them, completely blown up. One of them, I mean, not my cup of tea, but fair play to them. They did something right. They're one of the biggest names around.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm hit and miss with it. I'll find a song that's absolutely brilliant. I really love it, and I will have it on repeat for about 3 days, and then I'll hear other stuff. I'm like, I'll skip that one. But I could do that with plenty of other stuff. I mean, there's I mean, I fucking love Slipknot, but there's a couple of songs that I will skip. Sort of thing. I'll be like, this one don't vibe with me. Sort of thing. But yeah, excuse me. I also sort of like you say, supporting other bands and whatnot, and trying to help with the grassroots. There's plenty of venues that are getting shut down, have been shut down. Back in October, I was over at the B2 in Norwich, and they'd had what are they called? Holokin had gone over there, and they'd said that like there weren't really any place like that back over in Bath where they were at from. So
well, the Yield Foundry, that's going as well. That's a massive bummer, because I remember when I think I did second UK, did like a second little tour of Gut Locker, and Yield Foundry, that place stuck out to me because that place was just really vibing. Just always full of people, everyone there just to watch all the band stuff, and even that's shutting down.
It's a real shame, because I mean, I've only been like for like with like the underground scene just shy of 3 years now. Okay. I'll hold my hands up. Like, I was just listening to whatever was thingy. Like, I'll listen to any, if it catches my ear, I'll listen to anything. Right. But a friend of mine from school, I got back in contact with him. His band was starting up and going over to Norwich a lot. So I started going over to support him in that. Dozens and dozens of bands I've discovered through that, and I'm like, hold on. This is that level. Like, what the fuck, sort of thing. How is so many of these bands like undiscovered and not got the same promotion. There are bands that, like I say, will play a big festival like Bloodstock or Download, and they had stuff all over Kerrang and Skurs when they were up and running and whatnot. I like that band, the Batman shits all over them, like respectfully, and yet they've got nothing, in comparison.
It is bonkers, and I've seen it many times as well, where I've seen bands that could absolutely just wipe the floor with some of the biggest bands in the industry. And so, why are you not getting the recognition? No, they're getting 250 views on YouTube video, and there's no flaw in it at all. The musicianship is tight, the riffs has got all the hooks, the vocals are awesome, lyrically, etc., etc. It should be getting 10 times more than what, say, one of the other established bands getting. But I don't know. I think it is down to pot of luck at the same time. I guess it is down to right people at the right time. As much as I hate to say it, but for the time that I've been kicking in the underground, I think there's been quite a few times where I've been at the right place and I've met the right people, which has sort of helped get Gutlocker's name about. I don't know. I guess just that. No, actually.
I was just, I think it's why like things like Metal to the Masses is so important, because like it okay, you put it down as well, it's a battle of the bands, but like great, fine, but it's that opportunity, like to get get to download Bloodstock, sorry, right, and then hopefully somebody goes there, can't get into the band they want to go see. Screw it, I'll jump in the New Blood in the New Blood and catch it all. Wow, these are good. And then after that weekend, they go tell 10 of their friends, and they go tell 10 of their friends, and word of mouth is incredibly powerful.
Yeah, I mean the thing is if you do something like Melt to Masses, sorry, 1 second, Nala, Melt to Masses is Melt to Masses is a win-win situation, because okay, you don't play Bloodstock, but there's a good collection of people there to watch other bands and stuff, and there's a good chance that you can turn a few heads around to start following you. And also, I've seen it a few times when, because I did go to, I think the last Melt to Masses I think it was a couple of years ago, actually. It was in Oxford, and I think there was a couple of bands. They didn't get through to Melt to Masses, but they impressed a couple of promoters that much. They ended up getting a slot on Rabbit Fest, which is an upcoming festival in Oxford. That's just getting a lot of well-known bands starting to come down. It is only getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you do Metal to Masses, there's nothing to lose by it. As long as you feel that you're ready to put on a good show and stuff. Piece of advice as well. Something I wish I knew in hindsight. If you can do Metal to Masses, make sure you've got a bit of content to release. Make sure you've got a bit of merch to sell as well, just so that it's easy for people to, just so that people don't forget who you are, just so that you remain on people's radar. But Metal to Masses is probably a way forward for upcoming bands that at least want to just get their name out. It's good for that.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're not together anymore. As I said about kind of support my friend's band, right? No Celestial.
Yeah. No Celestial. Yeah.
And their last handful of gigs, honest to God, right? It was a sea of Celestial shirts, right? It was mad how many things they had. I mean, it was hard. It wasn't even my band, and I was in a funk for a month when I got a text saying that they was split up with that. But yeah, like seeing from like their first gig to like you say, like get to the point where you're taking your merch, because then you might only sell 5 shirts, but that's 5 people, whether it's 5 people that have got around to it, or it's 5 new people, or whatever, and then they someone else goes, what shirt's that? I was the band Celestial from King's Lynn. They got Spotify, yeah, all right, I'll check them out. And like I said earlier, word of mouth, like just walk around with a local band shirt can do wonders.
And it's so easy to do as well, because as I said, I think one of the pluses is how it's so easy for people to access music. I mean, yeah, you don't get money from streaming, but you definitely get your name out. And that's probably how it starts off as well. You're just wearing a shirt, especially if you're at a bar in London or something, there's bound to be a few metalheads there. Check out your shirt. Who's that? And then all they have to do is just go on their phone. Pretty much everyone's got Spotify these days. And find it
Yeah.
there. And then another follower. And then before you know it, they want to sort of check out your band at a show. Then they want to bring their friends down. The friends want to bring their friends down. So yeah, and I think that's one of the things that I appreciate from being in Gut Locker is there's been a lot of people that follow, probably still follow that band. I'm very much on their radar on what we look to do with Ex-Terra, and I do get a few messages where like, "Oi, when are you going to do a show?" So I'm looking forward to seeing what faces turn up when we do, because we will do a show at some point. Obviously, we'll make sure that we're good and ready for it. But when we do our show, I look forward to seeing how many faces turn up.
Yeah. No, that's gone.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned Chaos Under No Ties earlier. Like, yeah, sort of like over the last couple of months, I've become friends with Mickey and guys as well. And like several times on their show, like they'll play somebody. I'm like, oh, hello, I like this, and then straight over Amazon playlist, boom, right, okay, I'll check them out, and then it's like, oh, I can't. Anyone know if they're coming over to East Anglia anytime soon? Like, or Mickey got me listening to Frog Lord, and I'm like, are they coming over anytime soon? Nottingham. I might be able to do Nottingham. That's only a couple hour drive from me. Sort of, stuff like that. It's like I say, just so much as telling people about bands, like catching a bit of a song or seeing someone's shirt or something. It's a great way for word of mouth. It's a great way to support everybody. And one of my favorite bands, one of my favorites of on the underground is Echelon from over in Cambridge.
I think I heard that name. Guess what? I didn't check them out.
They recently, like end of last year, they toured with Still Remains doing their 20-year. They did put the UK part of Still Remains of Love and Lunacy 20-year anniversary.
Yeah.
And I met them in a pub.
Yeah.
My mate Rob from Celestial, he messaged me because he was obsessed with Sleep at the Helm.
Yeah.
He was like, they're playing at the 6-6 in Cambridge. Like, do you want to go? I was like, yeah, okay, because I liked what he'd showed me. And they weren't playing, but they were there because, like I said, they're from Cambridge anyway. We got talking to them. Just followed them on the things of that, and then I literally got off from work the next morning. I thought, I'll just see what I like. Worst case scenario, I'll hear a song or two. I go, nah, not for me. I'll move on. And I hadn't even pulled off, and I was blown away. Like, I'm like, oh, I like this, and sort of. I've seen them a couple of times since. Where they played the opening of the tour with Still Remains over at Nottingham, and I went over there and I took my daughter with me as well because she sort of started to get into metal and stuff. Which for me was an awesome night because Still Remains is one of those bands that, like, when I was transitioning over to metal, I discovered. Because I was sort of like getting into like metalcore and that, and so I got to see one of the bands as I started my metal journey with my daughter as she starts hers.
So, that must be really cool.
Yeah, I mean that I don't care if I sound soppy, right? That will forever be a special moment for me, right?
Not soppy at all, man. Not soppy at all. That's actually really cool. So, like, pretty much you and your daughter sort of started falling into the same thing at the same time.
Or the thing is, I will admit, the main reason she went is she wanted to see Echelon. She'd got she never really sort of listened to my stuff, and then she just randomly started listening to all the favorite stuff on the the Amazon family thing and that, and she was like, "I'm so sorry, I kept skipping this." I was like, "Well," and when I was going out, I was like, "Do you want to go see Echelon?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Sweet, all right." And then, like I say, the rest was, I mean, I wasn't a first gig, so like that was, but like, yeah, like I say, that was that's a very special place for me. So,
Sorry, Nathan. Yeah, she does. Sorry about that.
Oh, my one sits on my shoulders. Like if she's in dad mode, she'll jump up on my shoulder, and I just end up with a cat-shaped scarf.
There's someone I've seen, because I'm in Reading, and there's someone I've seen in Reading who's actually walking around on his shoulder like a parrot. I've seen it 3 or 4 times, and it's a ginger cat, and he's just quite happy, just gets on his dad's shoulder. It's cool to see, actually.
Well, what my one started is because when we first got so got 2 dogs. I got a Staffy and I got a Staffy Shar-Pei mix, and they're both very inquisitive, right? Softest pain in the ass as you'll ever meet, but like they're very inquisitive stuff. So they wanted to go make the new friend, and she didn't want to make the new friend. So start with, she was just an upstairs cat, and then we slowly started to try to bring her down. Well, I scooped her up. Instead of having her in my hands, I put her on my shoulder because she was still little at the time. And I thought, if I have her on my shoulder, I'll sit down on the sofa. I'm high up enough that I can keep the dogs away from her, but close enough that they can try and get a smell, and she can be reasonably within thing of it. And I mean, like, they're all best friends of pain in the asses now, and she'll run up and attack them when they're asleep, and then play the victim when they chase her and stuff. But like,
just being a cat.
Yeah, climbing on shoulders and whatnot is that hasn't changed anymore. It's sort of, it's like, especially this time of year, if my missus got a dressing gown on or a big jumper or whatnot, and she's got like a pouch to sit in on her shoulder, that's it. That's home for however long. So, but
yeah, little furballs, but they make the place feel like a home no matter where you go.
Yeah. But right, so as being part of Nerdic Pro and being a wrestling podcast, I've got to ask you, are you at all a fan or dabbled in wrestling at all?
I think the last bit of wrestling that I watched was, I think it was 2007, 2008. I went through, I mean, obviously the old school era, like back when it was Jake the Snake, Undertaker. I remember when I was 6, I used to have I actually had a WrestleMania recording. It was the first wrestle match I ever watched. It was Hulk Hogan and Undertaker. This was going back 1990, I think, this one. And I remember Undertaker scared the hell out of me. Then there was just a massive gap because I ended up doing other things. And then, ended up watching a bit of wrestling again, WWE. I think from 2006 to 2008. It was a lot of fun, actually. I forgot how much fun it is. But there's one match that stuck with me. It was a WrestleMania. It was 2007, 2008. It was a Mick Foley and Edge match. It was a hardcore match. And I remember there was a build up to it. And I thought, this is going to be bollocks. It's just going to be cringe. And I watched it. And it was one of the best ones I've ever seen in a long time. It was definitely the highlight of that WrestleMania. But if it's on, I don't mind watching it. Sorry?
I haven't seen that one. I'm going to have to look that one up.
It's really good. I recommend check it out. I think Edge has been, because obviously he did the TLC match with the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys. It was him and Christian. I think he's probably done some of the most iconic matches. So he's definitely sort of left his spot in the wrestling industry. I mean, obviously he's done something right because everyone knows who he is. But if you probably find it on YouTube. But yeah, Mick Foley, Edge, hardcore WrestleMania match. So it's worth your time. It's a good one to watch.
Because I got back into wrestling about 2008. I got back into it. I got into it like 2001-ish. I was about 11 or 12 when I got into it. And then after I changed high school, none of my friends were into it, so I drifted away. And then fast forward a few years when I got my missus, her brother loved it, and he said to me about playing on the Xbox, and I was like, I don't really care for it. And I was like, screw it, I'm playing it because one of my favorite games at the time was Def Jam Fight for New York. And I thought it's just another beat 'em up.
That is my favorite game of all time. Like the amount of times people, sorry to interrupt you there, but yeah, Def Jam 5 New York, I used to have it on that PlayStation 2. I think I've completed it around 5 times. People keep going about what game needs to have a reboot or remake, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Def Jam.
Yes.
With Unreal Engine or something like that. Def Jam. And there's something so therapeutic about grabbing Sean Paul and just bashing his head in one of the jukeboxes. It's like, oh, it's amazing. But yeah, one of the best beat 'em ups I've ever played. So much fun. I wouldn't mind playing it again. I think it's probably aged all right. But yeah, remake. If that happens, I'm all over that.
I mean,
Throw my
Snoop
money at that.
Dogg kind of fun. So
Yeah, Snoop Dogg as a villain. It was all good. I love the how you can customize your fighter as well. Get a 3 fighting style submission, street fighting. So I'm probably going too much in it. You've opened up the floodgates now. You mentioned that game, and it's one of my all time favorite games.
I'm quite happy I found someone that was, has gone when I've mentioned the game, because I've had Christ knows how many conversations of like, if you could remake a game, what would you do? And like things like Time Splitters gets mentioned a lot, sort of as because that, like I said, that'd be awesome. I never played the first one because I never had a PlayStation for it, so like 2 and 3, brilliant. I never played number 1. There was a game called Freedom Fighters that I absolutely loved as well. That was obviously the other thing. And
remake on that one. Yeah, Freedom Fighters. I remember that. Yeah, I love it. It's one of my. I was so engrossed in that game, more than I expected to be. But yeah, I killed a lot of time on that. So yeah, Freedom Fighters, Def Jam Fight for New York. Yes, please remake it. I'll throw my money at it.
That's. I'm gonna smell like a twat for the rest of this now.
Actually, yeah, that's actually really turned me off. I'm like, oh, it's not just me, there's someone else. So, yeah, good to meet you.
I never played Def Jam Icon. I heard it was crap. Because I had heard that's what killed it, because there was Def Jam before Fight for New York. It was like 1 or 2 games before that, and then I'd heard that Icon was absolutely awful, and that's what killed the franchise.
Yeah, there was they got in Def Jam Fight New York, you got the blazing.
Yeah.
Completely removed that. Their form of blazing was having something happen in the environment to then do something to your opponent if you tap a certain button at a certain beat of a song. And the thing is, I was struggling that because I don't really listen to much hip hop. If you had it based on metal, because I think I was one of my mates, because he was playing it on I think it was PS3 when it came out. And I said to him, I said, all right, well, I like the concept of that. Could you put your own music into it and play with those mechanics? He went, no, okay, that's bollocks then. Because I don't know who half these bands are. There's mumble rap and like, well, how am I supposed to change a beat? There's nothing to it. So yeah.
Problem with that is Def Jam being the hip hop label and everything. It's kind of like it's going to be
it, isn't it? It's Def Jam. So
yeah, do you think every I say character, right? Was signed to Def Jam at that. I mean, going back to Fight for New York, I loved one of the things I loved that was watching Pimp My Ride at the time, and he had the exhibit on there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I quite like that, sort of thing. It's just that my character could kick the shit out of him without thinking twice. So like sort of, if I wasn't going to be me, I'd have been him, but that's it.
Yeah, I'm so glad to find someone else who likes that game. That's awesome.
Well, for anybody who never played it, if you played a wrestling game and you built up your finisher, that's basically what the blazing was. It was doing your finisher, your signature, and some of the moves, mad as fuck. Other moves, So my favorite one, I can't remember what it's called, but like you stomp them down, and then you just like turn into a bloody like gorilla sort of thing. You just pounding the fuck out of them, and then they just fucking flying backflip and then landed with a knee. It was mad, but I was 15 and it was awesome. so
It'll probably have this. I think it's one of those games that's not just nostalgia. I think you play it again and you just be like, oh yeah, that's awesome. What's one that I loved? It's where you run up the person and you're actually just stomping them to the ground with your legs, just like drilling at them.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember
Yeah,
that one?
you could have 4 set up, couldn't you? You have 4 different ones set up. And I think that's actually one of the ones I had.
Yeah, love that one.
Oh.
I want to buy
I'll have to go
PS2.
find an old
Just
Xbox
get
now.
Yeah.
I'll have to find an old Xbox or old PlayStation and a copy of it.
Yeah, I think I've got to do the same. I'll probably do it now. I'll probably send you a message, be like, "Oi, look what I got."
Well, speaking of gaming, right? Because apparently we've opened a can of worms. Do you game much nowadays, or?
Yeah, when I can. I've just finished. I love the thing is this is why it's a bit of a shock system with me training for the fight because I love when I come back from work, especially if the weather's crap, put on my jogging bottoms, socks, give myself little toes wiggle and whatnot, and sit in front of Xbox and just binge play. I've completed Terminator Resistance. That was awesome. I picked up one of the old Call of Duties playing World at War. Another one that's quite a pleasant surprise. I had a Red Dead Redemption because I love the Red Dead Redemption games. I had a Red Dead Redemption on backwards compatibility. They did a remaster of it with the Undead Nightmare download as well. And because I was the owner of the original, the backwards compatible game, I found out a couple of weeks ago that Xbox gave it to me for free. It's when you've got a new game to install, and I was like, remastered Red Dead Redemption. Probably
Damn,
completed it
that's
6 times.
25 quid now. I'd look to get the because I see they'd re-released the original one on there, but I was like, it's 25 quid. I don't know. That's a lot for that's a lot at the time. I'm like, that's a lot for a 10-year-old game. So sort of,
it looks good. It's just sharper. The colors are sharper. It just looks beautiful. So yeah, I think it's just good for nostalgia. But yeah, I put it whenever I can. I love to indulge in just playing Xbox.
so you've always been a gamer then? Or?
No, I went through a stage when I just stopped playing for a while. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think it's just another one of those things where things happened in life. But again, as I started sort of getting my feet back under the table, getting my bum warm in the seat, I thought, I'll probably get going playing a few games again and just got kind of sucked back into it. It's just yeah, I think mentally it's just good for me. If you have a shit day at work and whatnot, put the headphones on, sort of get yourself into an immersive world for a bit, and it's good for you. Like Fallout's what I like playing. I like playing Fallout. New Vegas is actually one of my favorite Fallout games as well. So yeah, I like a lot of the open world sort of immersive games where you can just lose yourself in another world, escape from this one for a little bit.
Yeah. You said about having a bad day. I mean, my go-to was like to come home, load Call of Duty up, or load World of Tanks, and I'm just gonna shoot stuff. I'm gonna blow stuff up. I'm gonna do it. And then when you're having a shit day, and then you're having shit games, it don't help. And I mean, I've been Call of Duty off completely now. I've got like a stack of ones I haven't completed the campaign on. I'm gonna do them, but that's about it. You say about escaping the world for another one. I'm an Ark Survivor Evolved / Ascended player, so
I haven't played any of that.
It's fun. It's infuriating, but like I like dinosaurs, so yeah, it's sort of I played it by accident. Not by accident. My kids started playing it, and then during lockdown, and I thought, all right, I'll give it a bash. At least that's something to do with them. And I played with them, and someone described it as like Minecraft but with dinosaurs. I was like, that explains why my kids have picked up so quick because they're Minecraft players anyway. And
Okay.
yeah, sister absolutely love it. There's no actual structure to it as well, so you just create your own world sort of thing in it. It's just that like you could do something and then there's something with sharp teeth that wants to eat you. So
Minecraft dinosaurs by the sounds of it.
if you got the Game Pass, both Evolved and Ascended are on there. So the play is just that they're big games.
Yeah, I've been off Game Pass for a while, especially with Ultimate. They put it up to like 23 quid now. And I don't, it's too much to pay because the time that I get to put into it, I'm not willing to pay that much a month. So I think what I'll just do is I'll just buy my game at a time, buy each game at a time. When that's done, then I'll get another one. And to be honest, I've got a fair few amount of games to go through anyway.
Fair.
So there was another game I was keeping out for. Oh, Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the price up on that one. I love the first one. So yeah, I'll get into that one. Some of my favorite games, BioShock. I love all the BioShock games. I think that's what got me back into the game actually. It was BioShock, the Red Dead Redemption, first Dead Space as well. Always got time for those games.
See those sort of games, like I always tried to. I mean, Red Dead. Okay. I'm going to admit to a cardinal sin. I've not played the story mode in Red Dead 2. I only played it on. Right. I did start it a little while ago, but then I went and did something else and never got back to it. So, but I loved playing online with it because I just get on with my mates and piss ass about and have a laugh sort of thing. And I liked when I go on my own, I just liked hunting. That's all I like doing. I'd go hunting and then hunting this, that, and the other, and then selling all the stuff and whatnot. Although I think that's one of the scariest things I've ever had in a game, which I didn't think would be a cowboy game, was the first time I encountered a grizzly. That was actually quite scary. I've never seen a bear in a video game skid sideways to run at me. Right. I'd gone up to. I don't think I'd gone to tall trees. I think I'd gone to the northern forest, and it was the time of morning where like the sun wasn't quite up, so there's a lot of shadows and everything in the trees, and all I could hear was what the fuck is that sort of thing, and I just see this silhouette charging and slide round something to then charge at me, to which I then turned to run. My horse ran straight into a tree. I went flying and it killed me. So it's just sort of.
What's the game that scared me? It was Alien Isolation. You ever played that?
I haven't. I wish I had before they took off the Game Pass.
But I mean, it's probably not that expensive. I think it's like 10 or something. But yeah, that will test you. I think there was one point where during the game I spent half an hour in a locker trying to get myself ready to get back out. Just like, I can't believe the game's doing this to me. I remember when I was playing it, me and my mate, back when I was living in a flat, me and my housemate at the time, we were taking it in turns. And he's an avid gamer, but he was trying to pass it to me as much as he could, just because he was like, no, screw this. I'm like, no, you keep playing it. But yeah, definitely, cracking game. They got a second one coming out, actually. They announced they're going to make an Alien Isolation 2, so I'm looking forward to it, but I just hope it delivers as well as the first one did, because the first one Alien Isolation is quite special.
I remember my best mate telling me because apparently if you have a mic on, it picks it up, and I don't know if he had a mic on or whether he had like a Connect hooked up or something, but he was playing and like you say, he said that he was like hidden a locker and whatnot, and his missus walked through to ask him if he wanted a cup of tea or a coffee, right? So she walks in, asks him if he wants a drink. This thing rips the bloody door open, pulls him out. Right, so I I had to laugh, right? we've been best mates since we were 10. I'm going to take the piss, and I know he'd take the piss or anything, right? But my best mate is 6'7". He'd done 2 tours of Afghan, and that's what made him scream. And
I said it tested.
yeah, like I said, I laughed because he's my best mate, and I expect him to do shit back to me. But Mrs. asked him if he wanted a hot drink, and he ends up screaming at the top of his lungs. But it's one that I wanted to think because like I said, my thing used to be World of Tanks and Call of Duty, and you said earlier about like having like an addictive personality and stuff like. One thing about those games was I had like a really bad addiction to them. I thought I had to go on World of Tanks because I had to unlock the next stuff on my tanks, and then I had to unlock the next tank, and then I had to unlock the stuff. Yeah, it's like I had to do it. And then when I got to the recent Modern Warfare 3, that's when I binned it off. I had a handful of games on Black Ops, like just for a giggle on Nuketown, but it's like. I had to unlock all the camouflages on this. I had to unlock all the attachments. I had to, and I wasn't enjoying it. That's one of the reasons why I kind of think I said I've got to stop playing it. So as soon as as Black Ops 6 came out, that was it. I installed it. That was done. After that, I think that. But because of me being like that with them too, a lot of other games just got like left. So then by the time I got into a thing where I should go play this, I should go play that. Oh, that's not the Game Pass now. And sort of not always having the funds to splash on a game here or a game there and that. That's what I missed out on. At the minute at least anyway, right? The closest to a horror game I've actually played was Outlast.
Oh my god. That game infuriated me. Did you complete
it? This is how far I got in. So like when I was trying to play it, my kids were a lot younger. I mean they're teenagers now, so like, but I wouldn't play it when they're around. And then like I'd always wait for my missus to go to bed. So it's like 11 o'clock at night in a quiet house to start playing it, and the window that you get to climb in, I got that far. Went, fuck, this is shitting me up already, and turned it off, uninstalled it. That was it. That's as far as I got. I've seen videos of the,
I managed to complete it, but it was one of those games where you get so far in, and then something happens. You actually have to take 2 steps back, kind of thing. Yeah. So you're kind of shitting yourself trying to get past one point in the game. You eventually do it, something happens. You've got to start from the beginning. It's driven that way in the story, and it just consistently happens. And then by the end of it, something just happens where everything that you go through to try and get to the end of the game, the ending happens, and you're sitting there. And I mean, I got a foul mouth, but yeah, I was shouting some profanity at the TV screen. I was just pissed off. Like, are you shitting me? After everything I've done, this is what happens. So yeah, it was a good game, a really good game, and yeah, it was scary. But the payoff at the end, there was no payoff. It did my head in. So the character just doesn't have a happy ending. That's all I'll just say. You're hoping he does. With everything he goes through, and you're just like, well, all right, thanks for that. But really good game. DLC is just as good as well, actually.
I might have to give it another go because I think they gave it away games of gold, so it's in the thing. So I might have a look, give it another go. So said about Freedom Fighters and Def Jam earlier. What is your what would you put at the top of your games? Any game you played, what would you put at the top? It doesn't have to be like, oh, this is the greatest game ever. It's like whatever your favorite game is.
Damn it. I think I'm gonna have to go for Red Dead. Like the first one.
Yeah.
I played it several times, but just I can't even remember the reason I loved it. I know that I loved it when I first played it. Um, yeah, I think I find some strange comfort in it when I play it as well. Just because I think I was a lot younger then. Was less anxious and everything. So I think that kind of brings me a strange comfort when I play it, if that makes sense.
I think as well as like the simplicity of it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
just on
yeah,
the fact like it was, the old thing of it was a simple time kind of thing. Yeah, you got your horse, you got your revolvers, your lever actions, and stuff. It's no complicated thing. When you did piss off the police, you just had to outrun them. You didn't worry about helicopters and
no, just
some.
outroad them and that's it. Go to another settlement. They won't be looking for you. It's fine.
So yeah, I mean, I never finished it, but I did love the story on that. The Undead Nightmare I finished. I love
The
that.
Undead Nightmare was a lot of fun.
So, but
Tasty.
um, nah, that's gone now. Just quickly going back to talk about Ex-Terra. Where's your name come from on that? Because I didn't mean to ask that earlier.
Um, I I think it was Latin. I like Latin words because they sound cool. So I did like Google and stuff, and I wanted to find something that was like from the earth. I wanted something to represent about falling down and then picking yourself back up, and that's what Ex-Terra is. It's a new chapter. There's things that I committed to heavily in my life that didn't deliver the way that I wanted to, no matter how much I put into it. So I kind of like burned myself out in the process of doing it. And I think a point in my life where I made a decision where I cut out the toxicity and it was kind of like, no, it was like Ex-Terra was going to be like reborn again, sort of come back from the earth, sort of get up and rise and then just kind of hit back harder.
I
So
I,
that's pretty,
I did wonder if it had something to do with that because I know Terra is an old word for Earth and stuff, but like,
yeah.
without the extra parts of the explanation, I sort of
I think it's
I
meant to be the whole thing with it as well, because with Ex-Terra, I think with the other guys that I'm in the band with, it's more the kind of thing that I've wanted to do, where it's just to the point. There's no gimmick, and it's just kind of raw, passionate, sort of something straight from the heart, like very sort of concrete. Um, and I think that's what we're. I mean, the thing is, we can tell you like genre, subgenre bands that we listen to, and the kind of interests coming into it. But the thing that we want to come through in Ex-Terra is, as I said before, use word, even though I can't pronounce it all the time, but the authenticity, um, the intensity of it. We want grit in it. We want it to be raw. We want it to be real. Um, we want it to have a punch to it. And I think that's what Ex-Terra is. That's what we aim to be. So we want to, when we get on stage, we're not going to half-ass it. We want to sort of knock it out of the park with every show that we look to do for as long as we're about. We want to treat every show that we do like it's our last, even if the place is backed out or there's just a handful of people. We'll treat it just the same every time that we play.
nice. Just go heading back, not necessarily towards the gaming side, but like what sort of I can't talk now. So yeah, jumping on our nerd part of our black umbrella name. What is there any nerdy quote unquote stuff that you're at all interested in at all, or what gets your tears going? That's a better way to.
Sorry, could you what gets my sorry, I didn't quite catch the question. Would you mind
What gets your
asking?
tears going? What's your sort of aside from music and a bit of gaming, what sort of interests that really get you sort of hyper focused on certain things, or
Um, I guess films. I guess like horror films, science fiction. Um, so one moment. I think it's just gaming, doing the music, the martial arts, and I think that's all it is. Sorry. I can't really. I think I'm on the spot. Can't really think at the moment. Gaming, horror films, science fiction films, shooting stuff, just shooting shit from the hip. Um, Nostalgia, things that I enjoyed as a kid, like Star Wars, stuff like that. Um, Old Star Wars, old school Star Wars, like the original trilogy. I like the prequels as well. The late stuff didn't happen, as far as I'm concerned. It's just non-existent. Um, yeah, I think as I'm getting older, actually, I think that I'm not looking out for other things anymore. It's like I'm at the age now where I know what I like and I know what I sort of jump back into. If I just if I want to fix nostalgia to sort of have a bit of sort of home comfort or something, I jump into it. And I'm finding myself doing it with games that I used to play. Find myself doing it with films. I guess in a way, I might be doing it with music that I'm writing for Ex-Terra because I'm sort of jumping back into stuff that I grew up on that inspired me to want to be a vocalist for metal band in the first place.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that's cool. All right. Well, I think that's about it, really. Thank you ever so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Again, 28th of March, your fight is
28th of March at Planet Ice in Basingstoke. Um, I can say it now because you won't be showing this cast tonight. But yeah, tickets on sale from the 30th of January. I'll be plugging them about. I'll be plugging donation links about, and yeah, it'll be great to see a lot of faces there. And thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you again to everything to Michael Chaos and Ties. Thank you to everyone who generally shown support on something I believe in. And just generally a big thank you to the metal community for, in general, just showing support towards mental health.
all right. So anybody watching this, if you're in the area, or get down there, go support everybody. We're gonna share all the links and whatnot. If you can give something, please give something. Like like I said, we are going to spam the shit out of it. Keep an eye out for when Ex-Terra start dropping stuff. And sort of when you're coming out this way, I'll make sure I can try and get the show and stuff. Again, sort of to support everybody in that way. I've got one last question for you, which everyone needs to know the answer for. What's your favorite dinosaur?
Velociraptor.
A man who doesn't think. I like that.
Good old Jurassic Park. Scared the hell out of me.
Okay, I got a slight follow up because of the answer. Jurassic Park Velociraptors or actual Velociraptors?
Ooh, I'd say actual Velociraptors because they were. I used to read about them in the history books. My brother used to get me to read up on history of dinosaurs because he loved them. He taught me history lessons on samurais as well. So I remember he got me to read up on Velociraptors after Jurassic Park, and he was like, "You think they're scary?" And he got me to read about what they were actually like, what they're capable of doing, the size of them, and I was like, "Wow, these are vicious." So yeah, Velociraptors.
I'm a T-Rex man, but okay. I was there's no wrong answer. Where someone's favorite dinosaurs, apart from where I spoke to Alf Ellen, we flipped Steph the singer's world upside down because we had to educate her that pterodactyls aren't dinosaurs. So, because it was her and Rob, the guitarist, on there, and he's a history and dinosaur nerd as well, and it's kind of felt a little bit like we were bullying her, and so it was but anyway, right. So on that, oh shit, I kicked the table. Again, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So we will be supporting you every way we can, especially for this fight and that. Where can people find you on socials?
I'll be on Facebook, Instagram, Ex-Terra. We're on Facebook as well, Instagram. So make sure to get us follow on there. And yeah, I mean, you can type my name if you want. You'll see me doing some public posts, updates on the fight, ticket links, where to donate, etc. as well. Maybe I'll drop a few here and there from time to time on the Ex-Terra page as well.
All right. Again, thank you very much for coming on. Thank you everybody for watching. I've been Richie. This is Feeling Blegh. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.